Hi there, Crafty Pals. Louise with you today. Thanks so much for checking out this video. I don't know if you've seen these mini art journal folios from Paper Rose Studio, but basically they are tiny little kits that you can turn into a mini journal. So all the pieces are die cut and it comes with lots of different layers of patterned paper. Now I am using the two kits. So one is Portraits in Bloom and the other is, the name escapes me, hang on. The other is Vintage Rose. So I'm going to firstly pull all the pieces out that I think would be made into a little miniature journal book. And then I'm going to use my We Are Makers Cinch machine to actually turn them into a flip book as such. So you can, if you don't have a cinch maker or any kind of binding equipment, you can of course glue all these together. You could hand stitch them too if you want to. I have previously done a whole video to stick everything together with glue. I used washi tape and I went through a great deal of effort, and while it was a really nice result, I definitely think that this would be a much easier practice. So if you've never seen the use of the cinch machine before, basically you measure up where you want your punch lines to go, and then you can just keep adding those punch lines until you end up with the amount of pages that you want to have in whatever booklet you happen to be making. So once I've gone through and stamped them all, I now line them up on the way that I want the pages to sit. Now the tricky part about laying them onto that spiral border is that your front and back cover have to be face to face. So say you have, like you can see I've got my back cover there. So I have to put it face to face. So the outside pieces that are going to show have to be one on top of the other. And what that then does is when you actually seal it, you flip one across and you end up with the front and the back cover. Otherwise, you know, whatever you put the two front pages, if you think that's the front, your spiral's not going to sit in the right spot. So as you can see, once I've got sort of a bit of idea about how this is going to go, I'm just going to keep adding those little spiral cut pieces until I'm quite happy with how everything's come together. I'm not too worried that these are a little bit textural in that they don't all match. So I'm quite happy to just lay them out in a sort of a random kind of state. And then you turn the cinch machine around, you move your spiral and you click the same little lever that you used, and that actually seals that little spiral. And then you will have seen in that part of the video where I actually flipped that cover that was previously on the back has now become the front. And so I put this aside to, obviously I want to fill it with these little clustered stash items, but I put it aside for a couple of days because I didn't know exactly what I was going to do with it. So oftentimes these journals feel like they, you know, they're fun and they're pretty to look at, but what do you actually do with them? And so in this case, I decided I was going to turn this one into a monthly planner. So I've printed out just some free online printables that have a month to an opening. They are not dated, so you could use them for whatever month or year that you happen to pull them out for, and it is only tiny. So this only is sort of half of an A4 sheet of paper. So I think what would that be, A5, A6, might be A6. Anyway, whatever it happens to be. So it's only probably about 10 centimeters high by about probably 6 centimeters wide. So it is a small sort of planner, but I really just like the prettiness of it. I really like these cluster pieces and, you know, just getting to play with the pretty things and making layers and something that's different to my normal scrapbooking that I would put together. So here's a little flip through of it finished. I haven't showed you every page from the cluster building because I thought it would be fun just to give you a little walkthrough. So I've used all of those die cuts that came from those 2 folio pieces, and I have glued everything in. I've got some pockets, I've got some plain pieces, I've got just some blank pages, but some places to put notes and tuck little bits and pieces in, some textural elements like some twine and some thread, and really something that's sort of a little bit useful but pretty to look at the same time. So that's my little journal share for you today. I hope that you enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching.